Shalom, this is Mary Omni from the House of King David, also known as Mary Magdalene, Isis, Mother Sophia, but I'm the mother of the New Jerusalem. And I overextended President Obama and the Judah Scepter #2. So part of it is going to be put on here. And so this one will be 2, continue, and 3. And then the next one will be 4. So, as I said, the next movement is the constitutional movement, the Constitutional Supremacy Clause movement, to get out the information that your incorporated doctrine contracts is full of world debt, and they cannot supreme the Constitution, and they have nothing to do with the Constitution because the Constitution does not hold debt. The only thing that hold debt on this land is incorporated doctrine contractor individuals in every state. They are considered squatters, even though a lot of them would like to call themselves states and say states' rights and this state right and that state right and this state right. These are Johnny-come-latelys like Michelle Bachmann. You know, they want all these rights of the state, but all they is debtors. They dung, abominating, and corporate doctrine contractor, debtors and thieves by consent, and volunteer debtors and thieves who came knowing there was a 400-year slavery that was in this country at massacres of several native tribes, which included a lot of black Americans, which included a lot of black and red natives. So therefore, debtors crying state rights don't have no constitutionality because the states belong to the Constitution. All states are contracted under constitutional authority. The states are sovereign land. They sovereign land with blacks in the Constitution. See, once non-consent legal jurisdiction became constitutional with the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, and the 1866 constitutionalized Civil Rights Act, the land became non-consented. See, Lincoln and the Civil War, they didn't shed their blood for nothing. When they said the Union won the war, believe it, the Union won the war. And that meant that the states was made after the Union won the war non-consented to anybody who wanted to pretend that they had the right to cede by their own dung mental authority. So you got a lot of them want a lot of dung mental authority, talking about they want to cede and have state rights. The only one that can claim a state right is a state citizen, and most of you are residents and corporate doctrine contractors and foreign aliens. So you have no state rights. You really have no voting rights. You know, under corporate doctrine, anything goes under a banana public because you're the public. And according to the public, you got all the rights in the world, like PBS, public television, but there's no such thing as public on constitutional land. Everything belongs to the republic, okay? The republic is the wealth holder. You will have nothing without the republic, which is I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, not the public for which it stands. This is the Constitution of the United States of America, not the Constitution of all immigrants who come and squat in America voluntarily. So, and this is where blacks as a scepter tribe better understand language. I had a mentor in Philadelphia. Her name was Maddie Humphrey. And Maddie Humphrey was just one of my mentors. But she said blacks are really, bamboozled out of a lot because they don't understand language. They don't understand law. And they don't understand certain math. Well, when you order your decree, the Judah Scepter decree, you can order it from, just put King Row, 205 East Dimond, that's D-I-M-O-N-D, Boulevard, BLVD, number 112, Anchorage, that's A-N-C-H-O-R-A-G-E, Alaska, A-K for Alaska. So that's Anchorage, A-N-C-H comma, AK 99515. Kings Row, 205 East Dimond Boulevard, Dimond Blvd, Suite 112, Anchorage, Anchorage, comma, AK 99515. This decree you will order, send $10 postal money order, and keep the receipt. Keep your postal money order receipt. This decree you will receive by CD. It will let you understand that you have been really in a deep sleep, and that your eyes, all this stuff is very obvious. But since Dr. Ivan Van Sertima said a nuclear bomb went off in our brains, then we can't even see the obvious stuff. The obvious stuff we can't even see, because they trampling us so much. You know, when you feel like a whole world trampler trying to pretend that the Constitution, they're going to impose themselves on our holy covenant and Constitution and pretend it belongs to them just because they can trample and dung vote. Just for instance, I live in Alaska. Now, and it's this lady named Betty Davis. And this year, some foreigner just came in and just trampled her and said, move out of your position, Betty Davis, as a state senator, because I done trampled you and I got dung votes. And Betty Davis, just like a child, she moves out of the way and said, well, you know, the majority elected her. You know, so Betty Davis saying that her constitutional contract and her constitutional authority and supremacy don't count, because now a dung contractor told her, I got more votes than you, move. And this is the trampling that's been going on, and it's so silly, the fact that Judah goes along with this, and even when they're in a position to call news conferences and say that I just want this person to prove that these contracts, even if it's quadrillion, supreme the Constitution, because they can't prove it. Therefore, she's not elected. We live in a constitutional republic where the minority is supreme, and I happen to be the minority in the Constitution. So I don't care if you have quintillion votes. You cannot supreme the contract. This is based on contractual supremacy. You are outside the Constitution, you know, because the Constitution is not based on how many majority can animal trample. A pack of dogs can trample grass on somebody's property. That don't change the deed to the property owner. And the same thing with Marco Rubio in Florida and Meeks. Meeks is the sitting senator there, but see, he doesn't know it, because his eyes is wide shut. He has the supreme contract, and any votes they did for Rubio on his land just reverted back to Meek because he's in the land contract. Duh! This is the eyes wide shut sleeping of blacks. And this is why a lot of people is angry with them, because these blacks are asleep and they got everything in their hands. And these people are jealous and angry and got contempt for them. It's not so much about race. They know blacks is the richest contractors on the planet, but they mad at the fact that they got everything and they sleeping on it. And, you know, they still can't overcome them. See, blacks even sleep, but God made it so you can't even overcome sleeping blacks by contract. They can be in the dead sleep and you still can't overcome. You can't even overcome the dead Buffalo Soldiers because their blood is written in the contract in the 15th Amendment, and they didn't do Jerusalem wall, stopping you from even getting in there. So the next part is President Obama and the Judah Scepter number 4.